Well, welcome everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Jeff Topley with the Health Product Declaration Collaborative, otherwise known as HPDC, and I'll be your host for the next hour. Today is a joint session between HPDC and the International Well Building Institute, IWBI, and it's about the title of this webinar, the HPDs you already have. If you're a manufacturer, you've already done the hard work. You disclosed what's in your products, you maintain health product declarations, and across the industry, that's now more than 18,000 published HPDs covering over 40,000 products. But when you want recognition for that work in a program like WELL, the answer usually has been fill out another form, assemble another package, and do the work again. And that's the problem this collaboration solves. HPD Builder now includes a pre-check that evaluates the HPDs you already have against the 5 well features and tells you whether your products are eligible for IWBI's Works with Well program. No re-entering data, no duplicate documentation. The transparency work you've already done becomes your path into WELL. And here's the best part, is that this isn't a preview. The pre-check is live in the HPD Builder, and we're still debugging a few things, but you can get started today. By the end of this hour, you'll know exactly how to prepare your HPD, run the pre-check, publish, and join Works with Well. So here's how the next hour is going to run. First, Wendy Vittori, HPDC's Executive Director, sets the stage, HPDC's work, and how this collaboration with IWBI came about. Then Rodolfo Perez of IWBI walks through the Works with Well program and what it is and what recognition means. Then Misha Marcano, our technical director, gives you a live demo of the pre-check inside the HPD Builder. Rodolfo comes back with how to get started today, and then we'll close with your questions in live Q&A. A couple quick housekeeping notes before we dive in. First, the session is being recorded, and we'll send the recording to everyone who's registered. So if you have to drop, you won't miss anything. And second, please put your questions in the Q&A panel at any time. We've saved time at the end again for live Q&A, and we'll get to as many questions as we can. And with that, Wendy, over to you.
Thanks so much, Jeff. And again, welcome everyone. Probably most of you have a level of familiarity with HPDC and the work that we've been doing for well over a decade to drive materials transparency and to make it possible for every manufacturer and every project team to evaluate the material health of a product. Our goal is very simple. We want to make it so affordable, so easy that literally every product can have an HPD, and every project can use that information to find healthier building products. And so we want to thank and appreciate everyone who's here today for the work that you do every day to bring healthier products into the built environment. It's a shared goal that we have, and working together, we are going to really make an impact, and we already are, to reduce and eventually, hopefully, eliminate the use of products and ingredients that are known issues for human and environmental health. That's the whole purpose of this work. And so the programs that we have, and you can see here a little timeline of HPDC's history going back to the original impetus back in 2010, which really came from a group of leading architecture and design firms and individuals within those firms who were trying to figure out, how do we find these products that have better human and environmental health characteristics? Where can we go? What document can we use? And so the available documents at the time, and many of you, I imagine, on this call were participating, then was basically an MSDS or some kind of manufacturer disclosure. And so to make a very long story short, while those documents contain important and useful information for the purpose of really accurately, reliably, and consistently evaluating material health, they fall short of what is needed. And so that initial group came together with some third parties, some experts in public health, toxicology, chemistry, material science, and from there, the HPD open standard was developed. And that is a specification, as many of you are well aware, that enables a manufacturer accurately, reliably, and consistently to find the critical information in their supply chain that is needed to answer these questions, and also to report it in a standardized manner. And so the result, as Jeff already talked about, is that since the launch of this in 2012, so going on 14, 15 years now, we have over 18,000 HPDs that manufacturers have published. In fact, over 1,200 manufacturers have actually created HPDs and made them available publicly. And that's another critical component of the HPDC program, is transparency. So we really believe fundamentally that by making materials transparency information available to everyone, we can much more rapidly get the kind of innovation and collaboration that's needed to come up with product solutions, and in fact, ultimately ingredient solutions with green chemistry or alternatives that are going to lead to better products being available. So where we've arrived at today includes a long period of collaboration with IWBI, really for the entire time that IWBI has been in existence. We've been talking about how to work together to take that materials transparency and have it very easily support the features in the well system. And so over this period of 10 or so years, we have been working toward today, which is where we actually have a completed program solution that can work for manufacturers to identify what is needed to do a pre-check, and we're going to be explaining all of this, to very quickly have the HPD Builder help you evaluate how your products align with the well features that are relevant to material health. And through this collaboration, we can start to really advance the use of these materials in research and looking at how to make these features both in HPDs and in well work better. And so today we're going to talk about how we are developing this shared capability to support the Works with Well program that is really going to streamline and simplify greatly how you can collect the information that you need and gain recognition in the Works with Well program that can really help showcase both the transparency that you're committed to providing about your products and also the material health performance of your products. So to explain more about this program, I'm going to introduce Rodolfo Perez from IWBI. Rodolfo?
Thank you. And now I'm going to share my screen now, which you should be able to see now. And I am beyond excited to be here presenting this program. Wendy and I have been talking about doing something tangible for the last 7 years. I've been
we surely have.
Yeah, I've been leading materials since 2018. I think we started talking about it in 2019. It's like, we need to do something. Sure,
it was right away.
It's a little delayed, but but we got something, actually a partnership. It's beyond excitement for myself to actually come up with a true way to integrate what HPD does with what we do.
Well, we're so excited with the opportunity, Rodolfo, to finally bring this, to our community of practice. And so, let's hear more about the Works with Well program.
You'll hear. But before that, even what's the first acronym in HPDC? Health. This is IWBI. What is the International Well-Being Institute trying to do? It's to leading the global movement to transform health and well-being in the built environment for people and organizations worldwide. It's about health. Both organizations talk about health. Would it make sense for us to work together? I think the answer is yes. And hopefully this Works with Well collaboration provides the first stepping stone towards a deeper collaboration, deeper engagement, because both organizations, and I think all of you who are attending this audience have health as a goal in your professional careers. So a bit about well. We've been working in health in the built environment since 2012. The well-being standard was released on 2014, based mostly on medical research, occupant health. Of course, you can see already overlapping with the interaction of materials, of building materials with human bodies. So there's a connection already from the very beginning. We've been growing up quite a bit. Of course, when people think about building health, back to 2020, the pandemic was a big catalyst for something that we've been talking before, but certainly put health at the forefront of the built environment. Now, when we think about the built environment, that also goes beyond just health, goes to the health of those around the building and that support the building. The operation maintenance, which sometimes building materials get the most of it, the brunt of it, as well as the supply chain on the equity side. We want health for everyone involved in the process. And in 2023, we released Works with Well, the Works with Well program, which is basically we've been evolving a little bit till the iteration we have now, and I'll talk about that. And we're now present in 6 billion square feet. Just to give you an idea, you can see in 2017 we have not even 1% of what we have now. So definitely exponential growth in the last 8-9 years, and it hopefully continues because the mission of public health of health in the built environment is just at the beginning. We're just budding. Health needs to become imperative, not become an accessory or a luxury. And materials have a lot to do with it. Now, our core is the well-building standard, of which materials and materials health in particular is one of the 10 main concepts of the foundation for the well standard. Now, when you see here, I mean, you see a lot of, a built environment has a lot of products, a lot of things that go in there that can benefit or imperil health. Again, I'm gonna sound a broken record with the word health because that's what we're here for. But I want to mention in this particular photo, for instance, you have flooring, you have furniture, you have plants, everything might help towards a better, our protection, our flourishing as human beings in many ways. Also can hinder our health. Materials has a lot to do with it. Now the question begs, if you see this floor, does it work with well? Maybe, that question we get it all the time. And sometimes the question can be nuanced. Can this, basically, those chairs, can it be low emitting so they're not harmful to me, and also be ergonomic? And we have a combination of things that are in the movement concept with things that are in the materials concept. That's the genesis of the Works with Well program, something that is the health characteristics of a product that goes into a space that intends to be healthier, or intends to make humans inside flourish. So I talk about this a little bit. We have a program, to basically to identify products that works with well. A lot of it, of course, is do not harm approach, which is something that the chemical composition of a product is key to understand, emissions and composition. HPDC has excelled on everything regarding to product composition, so makes sense to have alliance with HPDC so we can help manufacturers and and specifies to answer the question, does this product work with well? And in which category, how many points you get? By the way, if you're familiar with the well building standard, for having an HPD, you already contribute to get points into well. So this is something, as Wendy mentioned, we've been working together for a long time. This is the first time we have a more like a process partnership, but our collaboration, our recognition of each other is a long time coming. It's been for a long time. So what is this works with well? It's basically a mark that demonstrates how your products and services contributed to well strategies. As I mentioned before, we have a piece of furniture. Does it have harmful components in it? Something that can usually help with your transparency document, your HPD to address. Might not have any. Might help working with some of the strategies that relate to that. Also, again, might be ergonomic, might give you points on the ergonomic points and the movement concept. So to enroll this to help you tell the story of the health journey of a product, that's where it works with well. Mark helps with it. I want to tell you exactly one thing that is not a product certification. We're not a label trying to compete with other labels in the market that basically that certify products. We're not that. We don't have a testing lab. We don't have such a thing. However, we do have requirements in the well standard that pertain to products. A acoustic panel, for insulation panel, we require to have some chemical restrictions, some VOC emission restrictions, as well as in some case, sound absorption restrictions or performance-based characteristics. Those characteristics are in the well standard. If the well standard say, well, this product meets this characteristic, or basically a product can demonstrate that works with well, we give it a badge. That's the whole point, is to demonstrate that, and it helps the adoption of these products, helps again to tell the story. So through the concepts and the strategies, with the different thresholds we have for certain things, we help putting together into works with well brand to circle down what the journey and the features on the health side, from on the harm reduction side and the health promotion side are in one seal. We've been here for we started this, I said before, 2023. So why are we being chosen for brands and many times competitor brands with each other? First of all, it's a brand alignment. Companies, manufacturers that come to get the works with well brand, they want to show, to display their alignment with health. Health, again, as I said before, is the underlying topic in this presentation. That's why market leaders come to us. We have companies that want to actually tell, we are promoting health, and this is how we do it. That's what we're here for. That helps with market visibility, and also we can help tell the story of how investing for health pays back. If companies spend 90% of their expenses on people, on salaries, benefits, and so on. So we believe to make a better environment for them should pay off, because people will be happier, will be healthier, will be more committed to work for the company. Has a lot of benefits that we have an entire report called Investing for Health Pays Back. They're welcome to download this on our website. But yes, it's all about health. Again, if you tell the story better, you're better basically on your bottom line at the very end. And we also have our directory where manufacturers and service providers can tell their story, a more detailed story about their health journey. So we help them putting that together. We help them recognize some alignments that might not be as clear as basically as the ones that are straightforward, or more they're easier to understand, like the ones that we're going to talk about, HPD, where a product that actually meets some health disclosure requirements and some basic health basically component restrictions will give you points or help you to get points into well strategies. So that's why we created the program. I hope it makes sense. We help you tell the story, and after Milla will tell you how you can go from an HPD to eligible for works with well, and with the well pre-check process. I'll get back to you to tell you more details how to enroll into works with well. So Milla, Villa is the technical director of HPDC and is someone that I love to collaborate with. So take it from here, please.
Thank you, Rodolfo. And I'm happy to show everyone how they can get started today using the HPD Builder. So I'm going straight to the demo, and what I have on my screen is the HPD Builder dashboard, which is the landing page for manufacturers when they log in the builder. And here they can search for their products and access their HPDs. And right now we have released the panel for Works with Well. So here is the HPD data entry sections, and at the end, after the publication option, there is the lead and program pre-checks tab that now reads lead, well, and program pre-checks. And here is where manufacturers go and perform for lead, and they can pre-check for other programs in the industry. And now in the middle, you will see a Works with Well tab, and this is what you will see. So here you have an intro of what the pre-check is and a link to the features of the well building standard, because what we're doing is checking the alignment of HPD data against the requirements for the different features. And below, you will see the eligibility for Works with Well. And this is based on whether the product is aligned or not with one of the features. But as Rodolfo mentioned, just by having a complete HPD, a complete published HPD, then you already are aligned with at least one feature in Well. And here you can read more, click and access information about the program. The builder tells you whether you are eligible or not for the Works with Well designation, and invites you to just contact the Institute so that you can proceed with the process in Works with Well. Below, you will see different cards for each of the features to pre-check. We have grouped them into categories per feature. And first, we start with preconditions, and within some of them, there are different requirements for, in some cases, different product categories. And we have configured the pre-check so that the manufacturer can learn whether their product category is applicable or not for the feature and whether the HPD is aligned or not. So here first you will find the 3 preconditions for asbestos, mercury, and lead. And then lead has 3 cards because there is a specific requirements for electronics, paints, and plumbing products. Then you will find the pre-checks for feature X05, which is the enhanced material restrictions. And in here, you'll see multiple options again because of the product category. We have the option 1, and then the second product category for the first option for the feature, and then for the second option, there are 4 product categories. Then we have the VOC restrictions that will check whether the product has certifications for VOC content and for VOC emissions. And then we have the materials transparency features that include 3 options for alignment. And this is the one that is more aligned with the material ingredients credits in LEED, for example. And here you have one for just a complete HPD at 1000 ppm, then another one, a complete HPD at 100 ppm, and then a third-party verified HPD. And then we have the materials optimization that checks for ingredients in the product and for the certifications related to product material health performance. So what are the requirements for each of them? They're specified in the standard, but we also added the information on each of the features panels, as well as the link to go directly to the feature to refresh yourself about the requirements. So the user can just see and click learn more. And here they can read the intro, the requirements that are being checked. In this case, 100 parts per million, that HPD is characterized yes and screen yes, And then these are the CSI sections that are automated checked for that are included in this feature. And then what is the content being screened against? And this is specified that is screened against PFAS and the OECD list, as well as flame retardants from GSPI. If the user wants to learn more about the requirements or just refresh with the feature language, then you can just click and go directly to the feature description in the well-built standard page. And so all the features are configured the same way. So the manufacturer can decide whether to pre-check or not. You can see the invitation to pre-check will read pre-check, and then you can just cancel the pre-check. And then you can click on each of the feedback toggles to read the feedback and understand why the product is aligned or not with the specific featuring well. So for example, click align, then I'll go to the disclosed ingredients, and then I know that it's aligned because I meet the requirements for characterize. There is no requirement in classification. I have the threshold, the minimum threshold, and then the HPD has been screened. And let's say we want to check one for not aligned. Then the builder will provide feedback. Hold on, let me check the number because 501. Then you learn that it's not aligned because your product is not under the category. In this case, in further releases, you will see not eligible. But also, you have proprietary substance that is listed on the GSPI flame retardants list, and this is why your HPD is not aligned as well. And so with other pre-checks that you have pre-checked for, you will learn whether your product is free of other lists, or if it has a specific certificates or not that are required for the other features. Once the manufacturer has completed assessing the product, and we are soon adding a pre-check for all button here, then this you can leave the pre-check as it is, and when you publish your HPD, this data will be shared through the HPD repository, and we will display this information on the Works with Well dashboard, which for now it's a private dashboard. The Works with Well, the IWBI will use to identify manufacturers that are potentially eligible to participate in Works with Well. And they are able to filter the products by the different features, and will be able to see the amount of features that are the HPD is aligned with, and based on that, of course, the label for the eligibility. Also, the IW Institute will share back with us the name of those manufacturers and products, of course, that are already designated with the Works with Well. And we will highlight that in the HPD repository dashboard that all members of HPDC have access to, so that users can identify this product that have already gone through the whole process. For now, just so clarifying this again, this data is not part of the HPD itself, it's not part of the report, it's not going to display anywhere in the PDF of the HPD, it's just data that is being generated and shared through our API directly with the Institute. And then based on the feedback they give us, we will then highlight your product in the HPDC dashboard and share this designation also with the API partners that use the HPD data in their databases. I'm going to stop and give the screen back to Rodolfo so that we can finish the explanation on how to join Works with Well.
All right, thanks, Mia. And yeah, again, very excited to have this ability to basically to leverage the work that manufacturers have already done for an HPD to actually pre-check for for well strategies, which also include the ones that sorry, are already in the in HPD. If you are published in HPD, you get points. So again, to recap a bit what Mija has shown, after you prepare your HPD, you can do the pre-check for well, you publish your HPD, and you can join the Works with Well program. And I want to talk a bit about in more detail about this, how to join, and what is this more like in logistical terms, what it means. So we will know which of you are going to are participating into HPD, and through HPDC are joining Works with Well. So you will be able to subscribe into the Works with Well program once you complete your HPD process. You come to us, and you will let you into the Works with Well program. So you subscribe first. We have the information coming from HPDs of what you achieved, so you don't need to validate your achievements that pertain to materials health, but you might want to validate others that are related to performance. Again, the example of the chair, you might want you want to claim that your products are ergonomic. You have your certificates that demonstrate so, and you want to say like my product might give you the low VOC, the low the point for, or help to get the point in the low the chemical restrictions feature in well materials might give you the, well, of course, one or many points in material transparency, depending on your level of disclosure and so on. And on top of that, you get the ergonomics. So that's how you validate. You might need to validate one, the ergonomics in this case, because everything else will be already validated. Then you get the brand, you get to showcase with the QR code, you get basically space on your directory, and then you can amplify your messaging. And that's important, and I'll show examples of what companies have done to amplify. And after a few years, you can renew, recommit, let's say on an annual basis, but basically how, depending on how products have changed. One important thing is that I said before, this is brand alignment. We are storytelling together that the products and manufacturers are working towards healthier environments. So manufacturer who comes to the Works with Well program is actually becoming a member, an IWBI member. So we're looking for leaders here. We're looking for leaders who want to, again, to do the brand alignment. So our Works with Well program is actually depending on memberships. You're enrolling to a membership with Well, and that allows you to put products into the Works with Well program. So, give you an idea a little bit. This is a Sloan program. Basically you can show, in this case, they have actual HPDs. They got the Works with Well brand. Because they have an HPD, they directly contribute to get to the points required for the materials transparency strategies in Well. So that's a direct contribution. However, products can be, some products might be a, the example of a water filter. You can have a water filter that is free of lead, that can actually gives you the lead in plumbing precondition point. So it contributes directly to that one. However, it might, because a filter, it might help you to get cleaner water. But you cannot. That's a performance. A performance metric, cleaner water, it needs to be measured on site. So basically, it can support it, but it does not give you directly the point. The point is for performance. However, arguably the company can say, this product might support your performance goal. So that's why we have this support implementation. That's something that manufacturers can add in their Works with Well directory. And for small cases, some products might help actually measuring a product, like a temperature sensor that helps actually in the other side of Well, which is in the performance testing. So yeah, we have three categories, but our collaboration with HPDC is about direct contributions. How your product chemicals or lack of toxic chemicals can help you towards healthy environments, and the transparent itself, how it serves health in taking informed decisions to architects and designers. So I say people show off their works, Mark, and they do. So we have Milliken, Shaw, Garden the Wall company that's interior plantings, and Sloan, as I mentioned before, they've been supportive of us for many years, and they have press releases, publicity. They have even some of them go actually a step above and become sponsors of IWBI again to further their brand alignment and their compromise towards health in the built environment. And of course, this is a program, and because we are very interested for manufacturers to join, we want manufacturers, the first manufacturers that actually join that do the HPD, that already do the work, because already do the work and believe that this is worth pursuing and you're committed to health. If you do, you do, or you already have done your HPDs and are interested in to subscribe into Works with Well, now's the time, because we're offering it's not on screen, but it's in the recording, 50% off of these prices. So to become a member at either the Cornerstone or the Keystone levels, Cornerstone is the intro level, like gives you 1 Works with Well product submissions, up to 10 if you go Keystone. It gives you a lot of additional benefits that come with the membership, with the brand alignment. Now's the time to do it. We want to recognize companies that do the health journey, the transparency journey, and again, we want to make sure that this journey is not in vain. It's actually properly recognized, and hopefully you'll see value on becoming a member of Well. If you do that, you won't be the first one. I want to show here the case of Milliken, a company that's been working with us for years now. They do well certification, works with Well through the membership. Now, actually, they became a sponsor, as I said before, and expanded product portfolio. So one thing about this membership is it's not just about your Works with Well, but also it helps you to train the workforce on Well. So one thing we do have is like a Well AP registration. So we want you to learn more about Well, which means learn about health in the built environment in many ways. So you can train the workforce. You can actually get a little bit of this mentality of why investment in health matters, why it becomes ROI for your company, and most importantly, for your client. And again, like this is a timeline of what Milliken did. Became with just a certification, then became a member, achieved more certifications, became a scale member. So they enrolled a lot of their locations, all the showrooms in Well to pursue the Well certification. And then as soon as the Works with Well program was released, they became Works with Well subscribers and members. And disclosing the products through that platform. And also they used Well for the ESG reporting, and they were able to also do became sponsors of us and train their workforce again. So you see how the loop works. Now they're very invested with us, and that after the continuous years, I believe the investment pays back because they keep coming to us, and they're definitely aligned their health goal with ours. So you're welcome to join us. Again, the HPD first step towards transparency, to get your products there, and we help you to bring your health commitment to the next level. And with that, we have 20 minutes to the hour, so I can stop here to take any questions as you wish. So, and thank you.
And thank you, Rodolfo, and thank you, Wendy and Misha. And yeah, so this brings us to your questions. So if you haven't already, drop your questions in the Q&A panel, and we'll work through as many as we can. There was already a question, people asking about, will the Well pre-check list be available on the HPD, or sorry, when will it be available? And so some discussion there. Any additional commentary on that, Misha or Wendy?
It's already available. So Billy, you can go and open your HPD, go to the pre-check section and start pre-checking your products. You can, for HPDs that are draft, then you just publish that when you publish your HPD. But if you have HPDs that have been already published, you can just hit the publish button again. This will update the record, but it will send the data about the pre-check result.
So I think there's another question. Can the well standard be used globally? Perhaps Rodolfo, you can address that one.
Short answer, yes. We're in 120 plus countries. So it's not that can be used, has been used. Medicare itself has, global offices. We have quite a few clients. We have an offering called the well-scaled offering for corporations. So they enroll an entire portfolio. Like, for instance, Citi has like locations all over the world, and the entire portfolio of locations is enrolled with us, and they're pursuing well on a gradual basis. And one of the reasons why we want to do that is, all of us here are in the business of market transformation towards healthier, better products. Imagine if a company like Citi, like a large, exerts its purchasing power to say, on my renovations, I need to use healthier products. That has a lot of market power. It creates a market, and that's how how we connect to the market, trying to catalyze market transformation this way through these scale commitments.
Yeah, on the HPDC data, HPDs are also global, so they can be used anywhere where the well-built standard is used, because they have no regionality.
So another question is, on the well pre-check list, are any of those related to products? Not 100% clear on what that might mean. Mija, what are your thoughts on that one?
So most of the features are related to the content in the HPD, right? So content in the products, and HPDs can represent one or multiple products. So basically, if you have reported 20 products and the content on the HPD is aligned with the features, then the 20 products are aligned with the feature. That's why it's important to use the SKU filter, the SKU field in the builder. Maybe it's a good, it's something that I should show. Let me share my screen again. Okay, so when you are reporting your HPD, there is a section where you can add the SKUs. And this is a great place to add the individual product identifiers for that you are reporting into the same HPD. Also, you should name them either in the product description, or if there are many of them, you have the general notes to add all the other products that are different from the HPD name. Because our grouping guidelines, as long as the HPD share 90% of the inventory, the certifications are common, and they're functionally similar, allows you to group multiple products into the same HPD. So this will provide the information to the institute to understand that this HPD represents more than one product, and that all products are aligned because the HPD content is aligned. And that's why it's key, because the standard requires that the compliance documentation covers all products that have been grouped into the HPD. Some of the features that are being checked, in addition to check for content, are checking for certifications, VOC, content, VOC, emissions, and other product certifications. So because the grouping guidelines require that you have the certificates and all products are covered. I'm not sure how this can be handled on the works with well, if, for example, you get this data about 20 products, how will you work with 20 products that have one single HPD and, of course, one single data set for the pre-check data?
Yeah, we have product categories, so product listings.
Exactly.
So we have a whole manual about how to deal with that. So that's
great.
Yeah. But and also we're flexible. I mean, we're just releasing this, so might not be smooth, but but we'll do we'll have all these things covered as we move forward.
So Rodolfo, maybe a question for you. What kind of other promotional, you showed some of the things that manufacturers that are part of the Works with Well program are doing. Are there other ways that IWBI is showcasing the participants, the members of Works with Well?
Yeah, we're basically we're actually a couple of weeks ago we have another we have a webinar with the committees as well. We basically, our role is to, we're expanding the brand as you're doing it through the API, we're doing it through to as many data players as we know, to actually to make it, to grow the awareness of this brand. So that's, yeah, we are also, yeah, it's our own interest to work with our manufacturers, meet them where they are, particularly, you know, sometimes even when they go for sponsorship, like Milliken, we go train workforce as needed, train clients, we go to events, we actually organize events. So there's a lot of opportunities to collaborate and to align brands. So basically, Works with Well is the first step towards membership. I mean, membership is the first step towards Work with Well, but membership goes beyond, and we want to work together to basically to meet the needs of manufacturers to be known in a wider scale.
Maybe it's worth just repeating that time-bound incentive that we're offering as part of the launch of this program, this collaboration. You touched on it, but it might be worth just saying it again, because it's not going to be forever, right? It's going to be for the people who kind of jump on this opportunity now.
Yeah, that's true. We talk about it's. I don't have the exact day number, but like, you know, if we hit the 50, basically, yeah, that's where we're gonna stop it. So hurry up. Yes, we want to start early on this process. We want to start early. The discounts not gonna last forever, but you know, be our guinea pigs if you want. You know, but we're going to, we promise that your investment will be returned and into acknowledgement, into recognition, into brand alignment. Right now, yeah, I mean, we want to make sure that we want to basically make sure that this process between HPDC and IWBI is used, is understood, and it adds value to all of you, to those of you who are manufacturers.
So it's a real benefit of your HPDC membership that, you know, once you use this capability, and then, you know, you're going to qualify for this substantial introductory offer for Works with Well. We really want to test it out and get the feedback. So hopefully it will encourage some of you to, you know, get in touch, learn more about the program from either ourselves and also from Rodolfo at IWBI. And you know, it's a really interesting opportunity, I think. Any of you that have products that perform well on those, that perform in exemplary fashion on these features, they're very detailed. And as Rodolfo said at the beginning, I think one of the real challenges right now is for those of you that are really focused on the material health and having an excellent performing product in that area. You know, this is a great opportunity to really highlight that, because the Well program primary focus is on health, as Rodolfo said at the beginning. So, you know, here's a real opportunity to take advantage of this.
Yeah, and remember, I mean, why we have buildings for? To put humans, and humans need health. And two organizations definitely represent a healthy built environment, are both of the here in the call. So So, and I'm
And
sure.
Yeah, I was going to say thank you to Andre from Ace Lab for your comment about HPDs and well, showing up. One thing, obviously, as Misha touched on, that will come with this is when a manufacturer does complete their alignment evaluation inside the builder and they publish the HPD, you will be able to publish that data set, and that will also go to the API data partners of HPDC, to Rodolfo's earlier point, so that on the data partners, the workflow tools, the product libraries such as Ace Lab, I'll just pick on you, Andre, since you spoke up here, all that work will automatically transfer. And so it's not just the works with well, it would be the data about the reason why your product is performing under using those criteria. So that's another benefit that comes with the HPDC data partner API program, is to get that information out to all of those workflow tools and product libraries so that it can be seen everywhere. Rodolfo, here's another question. About how long would it take, assuming a manufacturer successfully completed that eligibility evaluation in the builder and they contact you, what's the timeline for IWBI to further conduct the additional evaluations that you do as part of the Works with Well program?
That's a good question. And because now what takes a while is the licensing. We have a third-party reviewer who basically who evaluates claims against the paperwork provided by manufacturers. I think it's a month, but we already have half or more than that of those claims already taken care of. So that's why I saw a hard question, because it should go significantly faster.
Yeah.
The setup should be, so I mean, there's nothing much to check. Because guess what? We're talking about pre-check. So for products, for materials that are for building products that mostly are claims about the health, transparency, we already have them checked. So I expect the turnaround time to be way faster. I mean, it will be basically set up the account, the beautiful website, and any additional claims beyond those that the product contributes to through the health product declaration and the contents of it. So could be, I'm not in charge of that site, so I don't want to put people on the spotlight that are not in this call, but probably can go to a week or two at most. So it should be a fast turnaround. Well,
that's one of the goals that we all have, right? Is to streamline, don't have all that redundancy, just reuse the data, like we said, that you already have in your HPDs. Obviously, the pre-checks are automated, so you get that feedback right away. And that's been one of the real strengths of the pre-check program, not just for this program, but in general. You can run all these pre-checks together. So you can see the ones for well, you can see the ones for lead. You can really focus on the critical optimizations that you need for your product in order to achieve alignment with these different capabilities. And if you haven't really explored all the capabilities in the pre-checks that are there in the builder today, I'd really encourage you to take a look at that, because it can simplify greatly your product development, and also give you a lot of information to use for the promotion of your product, where you see that alignment is strong with these other third-party program requirements. And so, that's definitely something that we are going to continue to expand, the pre-checks and the functionality of the pre-check features in the builder. So I'd really encourage you to take a look at that, give it a try. Misha, do you have any other thoughts about just anything when people log on today? Hopefully, we'll
Yeah,
have
no,
some of you
just
jumping in and giving it a
exactly.
try.
Yeah, explore the pre-checks. Of course, contact me if you have any questions or run into any issues or have any suggestions. We're always open. And as Wendy mentioned, there are 3 tabs with pre-checks for different programs. Soon you will see before publication a prompt pop-up telling you to please pre-check your HPDs. This helps not only you understand the alignment of your HPD data, but also a lot of industry members of the ecosystem, such as the users of HPDs, other certifications, and other programs in the industry.
Well, we're just about out of time for today, so maybe we should wrap this up. And I just wanted to, because it'll cut off on us either way. So just wanted to thank everyone. Wendy, Rodolfo, Mija, thank you so much. Thank you everyone for joining. The recording goes out to everyone that's registered, and the pre-check is live in the HPD Builder today. And when you're ready, works with well is ready for you. Rodolfo showed you the path, and it starts with the HPDs you already have. Thanks again, everyone, and have a great rest of your day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good.
Bye.